do extend a bit farther than basketball.
Scrolling through Facebook, I came across this scene, which is one of my favorite movies, Finding Forrester. If you get a time to watch it, watch it. But it also reminded me of the book Miles Morales by Jason Reynolds, and then he had a sequel called Suspended, where in this scene he corrects the professor who's very pompous and very arrogant. Lesson number one, y'all. Teachers, it's okay to be corrected by your students. I don't care if they're being rude. If you were wrong and they were right, admit it and let's move on with life. But how smug he was. And then if you watch the scene even further, he makes a comment about how, oh, I see you can do better than playing basketball. That wasn't his exact words. And the young man corrected him on that. Point number two, as a student, you have a responsibility, and it shouldn't be your responsibility. You shouldn't have to do this. Advocate for yourself. Speak up for yourself. If you feel like you're being disrespected, you feel like you are being, because sometimes we're not being disrespected. Sometimes people are just, if you feel like your rights are being disrespected, report it. Okay. Talk to your parents about it. I'm thinking about a situation that happened last year with, I didn't teach the child, but I know her parents. And they found out at the end of the school year, all these things this teacher was doing. And it was like the child thought, well, I can handle this on my own. Nah. As soon as you feel like you're being disrespectful, as soon as you feel like the teacher's not being fair, bring it to the parent, because you may be wrong, but you may be right. And I would rather you bring up what your concerns are, like a parent did with me in a conference. The parent and the child had some concerns, and at the end of the conference, the parent realized it wasn't us, it was the child. And there was some things that we spoke on and how to help her and to be more successful. But at the end of the day, speak up for your rights. As parents, we're not in the classroom with you, so as a child, you have to speak up for yourself. But going back to the book, it is a great book where his spidey senses are going off. He's thinking somebody's in trouble, but they are in trouble, but for something he doesn't realize is an issue he has to fight. So if you have not read Miles Morales by Jason Reynolds, and the sequel to that was Suspended, please read it. But also, my students going into the school year, don't be afraid to speak up for your rights. Even for our parents, don't be, if you start seeing some things that are not right, work is haphazard, you feel like your child's not getting the quality work they should get, there's nothing wrong with speaking up with that and just voicing your concerns. But make sure you're going through the proper channels. Make sure you're going through the proper channels. You go to your admin first, your guidance counselor, and then have a meeting with both of them if things don't change. Then you go to your principal. Don't immediately jump to the principal. Then if we have another meeting and we realize things are not working, that's when you go to district office. Advocate for yourself.